San Francisco Bay Area, and in late 70s, I played with Mark Hummel, and then I took off and joined the Navy until 82, and I came back, and I went down to LA for 1 year and played with William Clark and George Smith. Then I came back up to the Bay Area in late 83, and then I joined Mark's band again for about 4 years. And there was I think it was a summer that Duke was living in San Francisco area.
I never lived there. No, I've never lived in California. So,
but you were in the Bay Area in.
I spent some time there.
Yeah, so you were there. How long of a time did you spend there?
Oh, just if I was touring, I was there. But I'm sorry about that.
She wants pets and hugs.
No, there's somebody at my door. That's
No, I remember that you would come around when Mark and I were playing with people like Brownie McGee or Lowell Fulson, and I just try to hand you my guitar, and you go, no, I'm not going to play. And then your last night that you were in San Francisco, you were playing with an all-girl band.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute now. Yeah. Oh, was it all girl or just a couple girls?
I don't remember, but I went down there with my guitar, and you asked if I could finish the night because you had to fly out on a red eye that night out of San Francisco. And
okay, I know when you're talking about. I went out there and played the blues festival in San Francisco, and I met up and recorded with I can't remember the name of the band, but
I don't either.
A band that was led by a female drummer and a female singer who kind of roped me into recording with them, and they played really good traditional rhythm and blues, like 40s kind of rhythm and blues.
Right.
And but I can't remember what they were called.
Yeah, I don't remember. Was it Anthony Paul's wife?
I don't think so. What's her name?
I don't really remember.
But no, I don't think so.
But another time during that time, I sat with you at a blues concert. Little Charlie and the Nightcats were there. I think I played there with Mark Hummel, and it was like 4 different bands. And I sat with you out in the audience, and I said, have you ever seen Charlie Beatty play? No, I've never seen him. And I just said, okay, watch this. And then we watched their set, and you just looked at me and said, I got to go home and practice.
Really? I ended up meeting Charlie and sitting in with his band, I think, or he sat in with my band. I'm not sure, somewhere in San Francisco, but I don't remember the club or the year. But,
sure.
But we became friends,
Right. Yeah.
Soon after that.
Yeah. Great guy. Anyway, that's my.
Pat, tell me the story about the stolen rig again.
Oh, Duke was. I left the Bay Area in the beginning of '87, and I moved up to Seattle, Washington, and Duke's band was going to play at the Tractor Tavern, and I don't remember what year it was, 95, I don't know. And so I'm standing outside, and a little yellow school bus pulls up. And Duke got out, and I said, Duke, what happened? And he said, well, our van with all the equipment was stolen in like Idaho or somewhere. We had to get this thing.
Oh, yeah, that was actually way back. That was in Philadelphia, that it got stolen. It would nothing ever turned up.
Wow.
No evidence of the van or my instruments or my clothes or nothing that was in it ever showed up anywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's terrible stuff, man.
That really is.
Yeah. So will you tour now?
Well, I tour mostly in Europe when I tour, and or I might do a short tour, like say out to Chicago from Rhode Island, or something like that. We don't do cross country tours. We have done a few where we've flown out and rented minivans and just brought our equipment and had amps and drums provided.
Sure.
That's about the only way it works
I don't
anymore.
blame you.
Oh, there's no other way to do it because there's not enough work across the country
I
to,
don't blame you.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Pat,
I'd love to be touring,
Really?
but it's just, but I'm not like 16, 20 years old and play for
Oh,
$50 and sleep on somebody's couch anymore. So it makes it kind of impossible,
yeah. I was stationed when I was in the Navy from 78 to 82. I was stationed in Philadelphia and I was playing with Steve Geiger there for
Oh,
2 years. And Steve calls me up and he goes, Slim, you got to go out and hear this band, man. The guitarist is incredible. It's called Room Full of Blues. And it was like a Thursday night or something. And I had to work the next morning. He goes, so come on, let's go. I got to go to work in the morning, Steve. I'm sorry, man. I can't go. Oh, man. Oh, God. So I would have seen you back then.
when do you remember seeing Duke?
Where do I remember seeing him?
Yeah, for the first time.
In San Francisco.
Oh, you saw him play?
No, I met him just when I was playing with Mark Hummel. He would come into the gigs, and then again at this festival, some I don't know indoor blues concert thing, and he and I sat together and watched Charlie Beatty play. And then again at the San Francisco Blues Festival, I sat with him that day at the San Francisco Blues Festival. But we've never played together or anything like that. He would probably remember me if he could see me, but
that might help. Yeah.
yeah, I can't. I called Mark Hummel. I sent him a text. I asked him if he wanted to be in on this thing, but he said he just got home from they played up in Idaho and a deal, and he just got home. He said, I'm bushed.
Do you know
Say
Mark
hello.
Duke?
Oh yeah, he's worked with Duke. He's worked with Mark many times.
You remember Mark Duke?
Oh, I know Mark well. Yeah. In fact, just a couple of years ago, I did his harmonica blowout tour with him, and
Was that
Magic
Anson?
Dick was on it, and what's
Was
his
that
name?
Thunderbird?
What's that?
Anson, was he on it?
Anson wasn't on that one.
Rusty Zinn, maybe.
No. Bob Welch played some
Bob
guitar,
Welch, yeah.
and I can't. Who's the harp player that was in War?
Lee Oscar.
Lee Oscar was on that tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun one.
They just got home from Idaho. They just got home today with Lee Oscar and Charlie Musselwhite and Mark.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Well, I wish I could fix my camera, fellas, but I'm not the hippest cat on computers.
I'm pretty digitally challenged myself.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
with you.
you're painting some cool guitars, Duke. I love what you're doing to them.
Oh, thank you. I love doing that.
Is that your painting behind you?
Yes, it is. That's one of mine.
Yeah. Pat, you were showing me a guitar that you just recently
I wish I could show it to you, but
painted, and I told you Duke's got some that are knock your socks off.
wow. Can you go get one, Duke?
They're in my basement right
Yeah,
now. It would
that's
be,
fine.
yeah.
And you're near Providence, Rhode Island?
Yes, right. And Pawtucket, Rhode Island, which is the next town over.
And did you live in Oklahoma for a minute?
No,
No.
no, the
Okay.
only place I've lived besides Rhode Island, I was in Louisville, Kentucky for about
Oh, that's
9 years.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Was that okay?
Yeah, Louisville's a great town.
Yeah, that's great. And so do you play this coming weekend or week?
Let's see. Yes, I'm in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and Duluth, Minnesota on Friday and Saturday.
Wow, is that the Bayfront Blues Festival?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I did that with Junior Watson and
Oh, cool.
what was his? Mark Cashmere, the harmonica player, Mark Cashmere.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah. And so, Doug, thanks for asking me to be on this thing. I wish I could get my camera squared away.
That's all right. We got the audio.
Yeah. Well, ask some of your pertinent questions.
Oh, we've already gone through that. We were doing this last part for you.
Uh-oh. Okay, good.
You've come out as the green alien. There you, how strange.
Oh God. Yeah, Duke. Doug is doing a great job. I don't know if you've seen his podcasts, but he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job with these things.
Well,
I'll have to check it out for sure.
And Duke, it's a thrill for me for you to be on it. You've been one of my top dogs I'm 63 for a lot of years, but you never come anywhere close to us.
Well, now where are you exactly?
Texas.
Oh, El Paso.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play in Austin all the time, and Dallas, and occasionally Fort Worth, and but you know, everything has changed now. You know, so hey, there you are. You did it.
Oh my God! Don't don't count on me for your electronic. But I found a spot down here next to a video, and it had an arrow, and so I clicked on that arrow, and it gave me some links.
You were much better looking as a green monster.
I can go back to the green monster. That's
no, don't.
But you'll have to excuse me. Oh, okay. There you guys are. Now I see. Good. Well, that's great. Now I can see you guys.
Duke, you remember who you're talking to, or not? Not really.
The face looks familiar, but you know, I can't remember.
40 years ago. It was 40 years ago. So
yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, you do look familiar, but you know, I can't say I remember a specific incident. You know.
Yeah. No, I just remember the last night that you were in town in San Francisco, and I went down with my guitar in the club in San Francisco, and you were playing with this band. I guess it wasn't all girls. I don't know. But then you asked me, can I finish the night? Because you had to catch a red eye back home.
Yeah.
And so I finished the night.
That's vaguely familiar to me.
Yeah. Well, you know, you've been around the world 72 times, and you've met 42,000 people in 1 year. So it's easy to figure out that, you know, people can be bullshitly. Oh yeah, I remember, but you're a very honest person.
I tried. It's the only way and I know how to be.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Me
I
too.
broke into Duke's house, I wouldn't go very far. I'd get caught up in the record collection. Duke has a record collection.
Wow, I bet. Yeah. Steve Geiger was one of those guys. He would collect
Oh
records.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Right. And then we would do some gigs with Mudcat on the bass, and Ola Dixon would play the drums.
All right, I remember Ola.
Oh my God. And Peter Hi-Fi Ward would play
Yeah.
guitar sometimes too.
Oh yeah, I know Peter. Just saw him recently.
And what does he do now?
He plays. He gigs around.
Okay. Okay.
I think he might have a radio show now. I think, but I'm not positive. But he plays with Ronnie Earl every now and then, and he's still gigging on his own and gigging with other people.
Good. Because I think many, many years ago, I heard that he was like working at a grocery store or something. I don't remember what it was.
Well, we all have had to take odd jobs at one time or another, right?
I've always had a day job. And thank God, because I've got great medical insurance. I mean, I'm retired and I've got Medicare and stuff, but I've always had a day job. I would take time off to travel, but I always kept my day job, you know. And
I always managed to avoid that.
Yeah.
Right after I got out of high school, my father insisted I get a job and pay rent, at home. And so, he wanted to teach me about the real world, So I worked as a drill press operator in a factory for 14 months. And I said, I can't do this the rest of my life. And then I immediately started a band after that and never went back. That was it.
Good. It's a great life to, for traveling and meeting all kinds of people. But, I'm 68 and I just had an offer, Doug. I live in El Paso, Texas, which is in West Texas. I had an offer to play in Dallas, Texas, and I just didn't even consider it at all. It's about a 10-hour drive, and I just said, logistically, forget it. I won't do it. There's not enough money.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Spend most of our we say we get paid for
Playing,
waiting around.
Yes, yeah.
Driving, sitting around, waiting. Don't get paid to play. That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. And the hard part is setting up all the equipment. I still sometimes have to haul a PA. I'm sure you don't have to do that kind of stuff.
Well, I never did that except we did in Roomful of Blues, but after that, I never really had a PA. But I bought one maybe 5 or 7 years ago. And I used it for some of these little gigs we have that the place didn't have a PA. And I did that for a couple of years, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore.
It's too much work, man.
I just sold it.
Yeah, it's way too much work. I just sold last year because I can't lift it anymore, my twin reverb.
Oh, geez.
I just sold it, and it had a road case, a handle case, and I just said, I'm done. So now I just have a little Vibrolux reverb from way back then in the early 70s. And that one I can still manage to lift into my truck.
Yeah. I use a Blues Junior, and I'm very happy with it.
I have that also.
So that's my main amp. If I play a stadium, I'm still using a Blues Junior.
Is that right?
Totally happy with it.
Is that right?
Yeah, just put a mic on it,
Wow. That
it sounds
certainly
cool.
makes sense.
They really sound good. They sound big.
Yeah.
And that's all I need.
That's great. That's a great, because I have the Blues Junior also. And I just figured, well, for these outdoor, like a festival or something, and it's not going to cut it. So I bring the Vibrolux reverb, and that works great. But I might bring the Blues Junior also and set it up and say, I'm going to try this first.
I find the Blues Junior to be louder than most small, older Fender amplifiers like a Deluxe or Vibrolux. Or if they have a lot of power, you know.
Well, the
you're not-
Vibrolux only has 2 10s, so the Blues
Yeah.
Junior has 1 12. So maybe it'll be the answer.
Hmm.
If it's good enough for Duke Robillard, it's gotta be.
I have a reputation for playing things that other people don't care for, and I can make them sound good. So I don't know.
Well, you know, we got Mark Hummel and Anson Funderburg, and we got them to stop here. We need to get Duke to stop here. Pat, you can
Yeah.
you can put
make
together
that
support. You can figure out the supporting cast,
I can put a drummer and a bass player together.
and we can have a hell of a night.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
we
my
could-
friend, you know Terry Hank?
I know who he is. Yes, we don't really know each other well.
Okay.
I've said hi to him. I've seen him on Blues Cruise, and I believe I was at one of his shows where he played. I played a night before him, and then he played the next night, and I went to his show. But we just don't really know each other, actually.
Sure. Okay.
We should.
He plays in the Bay Area in the summertime, but he lives in Florida, and he always drives through I-10. And so I finally got him this year to stay at my house, and I booked a couple of dates. And he's going to do it again in September. So
Oh, great.
we would like to do that with you if you're ever on vacation going to some place down on I-10 in Texas and stop in El Paso. Well, Doug can afford you. I can't.
I've never been to El Paso, so
Is that right?
I've probably been through it, but I've never stopped there or played there or anything.
Open invitation.
All right. I'd love to see it.
There you go.
There you
Good.
go. Well, with that, that's going to be a wrap, as they say. And Duke,
All right.
thank you so much for doing it for me.
No problem. Enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.